Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel Lifeforce Unlimited. My name is Amanda and I'm a natural psychic medium and a visionary. And I tune into the collective energies of each individual sign of the zodiac, and I receive a vision which I then share with you. Also, as an inspirational artist, I share one of my pieces with you each month, and this one is for July and it's called Into the Blue. And in my artwork, when I receive a commission, you choose your own 3 favourite colours, which are then combined with sacred water from Glastonbury Chalice Well, and also sacred ash, which is known as Vibhuti. So this is a little pot of the sacred ash, and I've had this for probably more than 35 years, and in the use of it, it has never ever diminished. Now this ash was manufactured in the hands of an Indian avatar called Sai Baba, and all he did was rub his fingers together and this ash would appear. You can place it under your tongue, and it tastes like Parma violets and it has an extraordinary healing energy to it. This pot I received when I went to visit a psychic surgeon, and in his waiting room he had a full-length photograph of Sai Baba, must have been more than 6 foot long, and it was laminated. And at the end of each surgery, at the end of each day, he would take a brush and a little pot, because on the laminated surface of the photo the ash had appeared. So he'd just gently brush it off and put it in a little pot, and the same thing would happen the next evening. The ash would just continue to appear there. So this is what I add to the paint with the sacred water as well, and my intention being that whoever views my work will receive a healing blast of energy. So when I receive a commission, that the colours that are chosen, your 3 favourite colours, will denote certain aspects of healing energies that you may need in your life. So the colours of the spectrum are associated with the organs in our bodies, the emotions that we all experience, and various other situations in our lives. So the ones that you choose, maybe on a subconscious level, you're asking for healing in those areas. So the artwork isn't just for the person who commissions it. Anyone who views it will receive a healing energy on certain levels of situations in their lives. So that's how I work. I'm going to share messages for each and all of the signs for July, and this energy of this painting is a part of that message. Hello my lovelies, here are the Oracle Ascension messages for the sign of Virgo for July. I hope you're all doing well. Sorry these are a wee bit late coming out, but I've had some commissions for my artwork, so you're sort of juggling all of these things. I'm happy to be busy, but here we are at last, your messages for July. So I've tuned into your energies and I've been given a vision, and they seem to be getting more and more convoluted, but hopefully we can work through it and figure it out. So first of all, I heard a song which is called the Chattanooga Choo Choo, which was I think from the 1940s, sung by 3 sisters, the Andrews sisters. They were American, and it went, pardon me boy, is that the Chattanooga Choo Choo? And the boy says, yeah, track 29. Maybe I can give you a shine? So it was a shoe shine boy. Can you afford to board the Chattanooga Choo Choo? Well, I've got my fare and I've got a few dollars to spare. So as the story unfolds, it seems like the Chattanooga Choo Choo is a train, and there's somebody in a hurry to get on a train to go off on a journey. So whenever I see any vehicle in my visions, it's always to do with our journey through life, where we're headed. So it feels for you guys there's a there's a journey. There's something coming up. You can afford to board the train. You've got some money to spare, and it's imminent. It's absolutely imminent for you. So then the next part of the vision was a British sisters singing trio called the Beverley Sisters. So they were sort of akin to the Andrews. Two of them were the same height and looked exactly the same, and the one in the middle was much taller, and was sort of the lead singer. And the song associated with them was called Sisters. And part of the lyrics go, sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. And then it carries on, Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister, and Lord help the sister who comes between me and my man. So there's another part here to the message of sisterhood and brotherhood, and that feeling of closeness, tight-knittedness, intimacy, but also this bit of don't let anybody come in between us, the relationship that we have, the three of us. And also there can be a little bit of a hint of jealousy and such like in there. And then the next part of the vision, because there's three sisters, now they're three brothers, and they were in another British group called the Bachelors. I was racking my brains trying to think of their name because they were Irish, but they were called the Bachelors, and they were a very tight-knit harmony singing group in the 1960s, and their song was called I Believe. I believe that every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the great unknown, or someone hears every word. So the different aspects, three aspects to this vision for you, because we've come up with three lots of three. So three sisters with the Andrews sisters, three sisters with the Beverley sisters, and three brothers with the Bachelors. So anything to do with threes, three is to do with the joy of living in numerology and how we express ourselves, how we voice what it is that needs to be heard. And in all of them, they're all singers. They all have a song to sing, a story to tell. So what is it that you need to express? How do you need to sing your song for life? Also, the three is to do with the triple-headed goddess. So it's the maiden, the mother, and the crone. So the different stages that we go through our lives. It's not just to do with the feminine. The guys go through it too. So the maiden, so that's our inner child, our innocence. The mother, as we move into relationship and give birth to either baby human beings or ideas and dreams, etc. And the crone energy is traditionally comes into our lives when the female has the menopause, so there's no longer that ability to create in that physical way, and then this other sort of ancient wisdom starts to burst forth from us. So I know I'm now in my crone age. It is also known as the hag, which is sort of a not a very nice word on some level. However, hag stones are what we call holy stones, Holey, or sacred stones, and you can find them on the beach, and they usually have a hole running right through them. I've got one right here. If you hold on, don't go away. There we are. That's a holy stone. Okay. Got a hole running right through it. There's another little one there just started, but I don't think it's gone. No, hasn't gone all the way through. And And you can sometimes find stones with more than one hole in them, and they're called hag stones or holy stones because they have sort of a sacred energy to them, in that when you look through the hole, you are able to see into other dimensions, parallel universes, other lifetimes. The hole is made by the motion of them being thrown back up onto the shore by the sea, and other little stones rubbing against them, and eventually a little hole appears. So if anybody would like one, the details are in the box below. I can send one to you. I've got loads of them. And so the triple goddess, the maiden, the mother, and the hag, is looking at what stage you are at in your life. And I get the sense that we don't have to wait until we are a certain age for this other part to get triggered off. Because young people can be extremely mature and old people can be extremely immature. So figuring out where you are at the moment and your journey through life. So you are ready for a new journey with the Chattanooga Choo Choo. I'm hearing the phrase steams up. So you're getting steam up, ready to for this train to start moving. And because it's a steam train, it isn't like the bullet train in Japan, or a super fast electric one. It feels that this journey that you are about to take, you've been building up to it. So to get steam up, first of all, you have to have a tank full of water. Then you have to have a boiler full of coal and light it. So once the coal is red hot, that starts to boil the water to make the steam to get the engine moving. So I feel that you have, as I say, been building up to this new journey for quite a long time. You've been putting all of your resources together, and it is takeoff time. So with the Beverly Sisters and their song Sisters, it's about you finding a way of sharing it's not really about anxieties, but sharing this new journey with others within a sisterhood. So whether it is a physical sister and or a sisterhood, so like-minded people, and I'm going to bring the bachelors in here as well, so the singers, because they're singing I Believe. So it's a brotherhood and a sisterhood. So it's a community, it's the collective energies that are all wanting to work together, and for you to feel you're no longer doing this on your own. So your inner search, your soul searching, your sense of, well, why am I here? Why am I on this planet? What am I meant to be doing? Who am I meant to be with? I'm meant to be in this country, I'm meant to be in another country. Where am I actually headed? Also acknowledging what you need to let go of, because we can carry stuff for far too long. We can carry stuff for others for far too long. We can carry stuff for our family, for our ancestors, and think it's ours. We claim it as our own, and it isn't. So the process that you're all going through at the moment is about recognizing what it is you can release, what you can let go of. The interesting names of the singers, the Andrews Sisters, we could, I don't know if you might all be, well, not as old as I am, but you may have heard of something called Andrews liver salts. So liver salts are to do with, so you've got a hangover or you've got a jippy tummy, you put a teaspoonful of this salts into some water and drink that. It'll clear your head, clear your liver. So this can also be to do with having a detox, so a liver cleanse. Now in Oriental medicine, I'm also a shiatsu practitioner, so within my practice, the liver energy is to do with our vision for life. So they say our eyes are the windows to our soul, and our soul resides in our liver. So whatever our vision of life was, this is now being cleansed and cleared away, because that old vision might not suit us anymore. So it's not just about being able to see with your ordinary eyes, it is being able to have a vision of why you came, what it is you came to do in this lifetime, and how you can accomplish that. So that's Andrew's sisters. Beverly, well, okay. I feel that the message from that is more to do with the sisterhood, that feeling of nothing can come between how we are knitted together in this joint adventure, this joint journey. And also with the liver energy, we can hold bitterness, resentment, anger in our livers. And if ever you have an operation and you have to have a general anaesthetic, the anaesthesia cannot leave your body. It is stored in the liver. Any toxins or poisons that we ingest in our physical bodies, the liver usually deals with it and can dispel it, but not anaesthesia. It sits there. So if there's something that has been sitting with you that is toxic or poisonous, or bitterness or resentment, that you have found difficult to shift, then the process that you're going through at the moment will be able to dispel that, because anaesthesia just numbs you. You are neither here nor there. You're neither dead nor alive. You are just in that in-between stage. So when we hold that toxin, which it is, in our livers, it can prevent our vision for life from being clear. So having clarity, having motivation, having that urge, that sense of nothing stopping you from reaching your goal. Now, with the word bachelors, that's an interesting one as well, isn't it? So bachelor energy means somebody who's unmarried, somebody who is not, as my Irish granny used to say, not spoken for. You're not. Oh no, she's not spoken for. He's not spoken for. So a bachelor, and the equivalent being a spinster. But that's an interesting word, because spinster comes from spinning. So these little young girls spin, spin thread and wool and such like. But the bachelor energy is saying to me that a part of this looks like that the girls and the boys are separate. So you've got the Andrews sisters, Beverly sisters, bachelors, and it feels like it's separate. But this message really is about a coming together of male and female energies. So blending the female with the male, blending the spinsters with the bachelors. So if some of you have been spinsters or bachelors, you're single, you've been on your own for a very long time, the energies around you now are about you clearing the way within yourselves first, and how you allow those other parts to connect with you. So if you are single, a spinster, it's not about bringing in another person initially. It's about you blending with your own inner bachelor and vice versa. And the song that the bachelor sang was I Believe. And yes, it was every time I hear a newborn baby cry or touch a leaf or see the sky, then I know why I believe. So if you want to Google it, you get all of the lyrics, and there might be something else in there that really, really resonates with you. You think, oh, yeah, I need to believe in myself, trust that everything that I've been working through, been processing, is with divine guidance. There is a master plan, and it is all unfolding in divine timing. We can't always see that. We can't always fathom it or figure it out. Well, you know, why is this happening to me? Why is that happening to me? But with hindsight, you know, we look back over the events of our lives and think, oh, thank God I didn't do that. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't step into that one. Oh, wow, it was very tempting at the time. Oh, he was gorgeous. Oh, wasn't he lovely? Oh, but looking back, you think, oh boy, that was a, yeah, that was a good escape, that was. So, another part of the three energy comes from Hermes Trismegistus. So you're thinking, who the heck's that? Well, Hermes is the Greek name for Mercury. Mercury is the Roman god of communication, of commerce, of the highways, of travel. And Hermes is, as I say, the Greek version. The Trismegistus bit, Tri, Megistus is, it means thrice born 3 times. So the being that was Hermes in the Egyptian way of looking at things, or Thoth as he was known, or Tehotet, he was born 3 times. So we had things like Zeus eating his own children. Zeus is also Jupiter. So with Hermes having 3 aspects to himself as well, or Mercury, because there's Mercury, there's Loki, which is another aspect of Mercury, which is the trickster, the part that likes to play practical jokes, deceive us, get us all caught up in his mind machinations. So Hermes, Mercury, is the planet that rules Virgo. And guess what? Mercury's going retrograde. So the planet that rules your sign is going retrograde or backwards for a period of 3 weeks. Initially in the sign of Leo, and then it moves further back into the sign of Cancer. So what you're looking at here over this next 3 or 4 week period is a journey backwards. So I'm shown these 3 artist performers who were from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. So, you know, some of you might not be as old as that, but the energy of looking backwards at this old way of expression, old way of performing, tight harmonies. Apparently with the Andrews sisters, you couldn't tell who was singing which notes, and their harmonies could not be written. They couldn't be written down because they could switch notes, and whereas you would think with the harmony, one person sings that, one person sings that, one person sings that, and they stick with it. But not with those girls. They had an ability to flip. They were so tuned into each other, they could flip in between and still produce this instinctive noise that was in total harmony. So there is an energy running through July with regard to Mercury retrograde, which is about finding harmony that is so tight you couldn't even put a human hair between it, if you see what I mean. There's no way of taking it apart. It fits so well, it fits so beautifully together. It makes your heart sing, and it has a very deep message to it. So when we all experience the Mercury retrograde period, and it's not just for Virgos, we all get it. We all have a sense of it. I was born during Mercury retrograde period, so I'm used to it. I know how to sort of gauge things. Things can come and visit you from the past, or you have an opportunity to go and have a look at things from the past. And whereas it might not have felt harmonious at that time, the energy offered now is to bring a harmony, a balance, an accord. That's an interesting word. Accord. ACCORD, or accord, ACHORD. Accord. So a harmony, a music, music of the spheres. Okay. Also, if some things were not harmonious in the past, that aspect of Mercury, which is Loki, the trickster, etc. So you may not have realised until now that you had been fooled. You had been caught out. You had the wool pulled over your eyes. You hadn't seen things clearly. But now, actually looking back, you can go, oh my goodness, how did that happen? How did I allow that to happen? And you just did. We do. We get caught up in things and fooled by things, but, with the glamour and wanting something in our lives. And it's how we put that out there when you want something. If you want something and it's coming from a lower energy vibration, you will get that back. When we ask for something and it comes from a higher energy vibration, that's what we get. So there's an opportunity now to mend all sorts of things in your life. But I also feel that it's not a time to get bogged down in it, and it's not a time to get embroiled in the old emotions of it. So any of that bitterness or resentment or upset that you might have had or held on to, that can be released, but not in such a way that it floors you or it poleaxes you. It's just, oh, phew, I'll let go of that. I've held on to that for far too long, haven't I? I've carried that around in a rucksack on my back. Oh, far too long. I'm glad to let that go. And once you do, then these new doors start to open. Some people say you shouldn't start something new during a Mercury retrograde period. But, if we didn't do that, Mercury is actually retrograde 9 months of the year, so we never get anything done. If you've already started something in the past, you can pick it up and run with it during Mercury retrograde. So it rules commerce. Mercury rules commerce. So how we buy and we sell and we manufacture and we create and we put things together and offer it out there. If you've already had something cooking, yes, you can offer that to the public. look at how your how you feel on a deep level, how you feel about sharing stuff with people, allowing your gut to tell you when is the right time to birth it, because you wouldn't pull up the roots of a plant or a vegetable before it's actually produced a fruit, would you? And I'm getting something here about because initially Mercury retrogrades through Leo, and Leo is our light, the light that we shine in our lives, and how we shine that on situations and people around us. And then it moves further back into Cancer, which rules the home and the family and the where you make your nest. So some of you might be looking at do I move my nest somewhere else? Is my nest too small for me now? Has my nest got a bit tatty and needs refurbishing? So for some of you, it can feel like a bit of restlessness of wanting to stir things up a little bit and rearrange things in your life. So it can be as small as redecorating a room to as big as saying, right, I'm getting rid of all of this lot, I'm selling up and I'm moving off, I'm going somewhere else. And I feel that the sort of overall energy through these messages for you for the month of July is looking to other ways of doing things. See that there's another dimension, another path, another route, which could be much more exciting the way you might be feeling a little bit stuck at the moment. And have faith, have hope, because there's something really positive and new on the horizon and you just can't see it yet. So yes, have a little patience while we go through this Mercury retrograde period. Some people find it very frustrating and rail at it and say, oh God, not again. But you can actually use it. You can actually embrace it, utilize it, take a step back, look after you. And as we step into August, woof, woof, lovely new things coming our way. So I hope that's been of some help to you, my darlings. Do leave me a comment. I'd love to know how you resonate with my work. Thank you for all the comments I have had, and all of your support, all of your love. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your likes and your shares. Oh, and also thank you to those lovely people who've donated to my channel. That really does help me out, because these videos do take me time to film and edit and upload, etc. So I do it with love though, because it's it's what I love to do, and I love to be able to share it with you. So until next time, lots of love. Bye.